G'day, I'm Kevin. In 2019, I took a year off work. I shut down the computer and locked up the office. And I spent that time living in Chiang Mai and travelling in Southeast Asia to learn, to reflect, relax, but most of all to test whether I could live here full time. And the answer is yes. But when I returned to Australia at the end of March 2020, the world turned upside down and I was locked into Australia for 2 years. But I'm back now. I'm living here in Chiang Mai, Thailand, and there's so much to see and do. This is my journey. This is 52 weeks. November, and I have received my first email suggesting that I might like to start making my bookings for Christmas from a company in Australia. I'm kind of surprised that it's taken till November to get here, but here we are nonetheless. So I thought I'd start planning my travel back. And I started this series with a video about my journey north, so I thought I would round it out by doing a video of my journey south back to Australia for Christmas. So it shouldn't be quite as complex. There's not as many rules and regulations around travel as there were when I came to Thailand. But there is some complexity. So I'm going home for Christmas, but I also need to do some other things. Yeah, I've got some business I need to do and sort out in Australia, so I'll be there for a couple of months. So I need to think about that. And also here in Thailand, I'm doing some language classes. Just started reading and writing this week. Man, that's going to be hard. So I want to travel around that. I'm not sure whether I'm going to do any of my lessons via online. So I'll try and figure that out as well. But the good news is that I got my ticket from Bangkok to Sydney sorted. Had that booked as a return airfare when I came over early in the year. So I've made a start. But yeah, there's a few things to figure out. So I will bring you on the journey south, I think. I think I was right to start thinking about my trip home to Australia for Christmas, because I went shopping today, and in Chiang Mai, Christmas is here. So I better get my skates on. Okay, I have my ticket booked to Bangkok, so all of my travel arrangements now from Chiang Mai to Sydney are in place. Tonight I'll sort out some accommodation. It is the 22nd of November and all of my travel arrangements are in place, or at least I hope they are. It was much simpler than the journey here. Not as many hoops to jump through. However, there's still plenty of things to go wrong. And time will tell. So hopefully I'm on my way to Australia in a couple of weeks. It is December, just. So I'm making the journey, the actual physical journey, in about 10 days. Today I've been out doing some Christmas shopping. Just a few treats for people. But it's okay, they won't see this before they get them. Woohoo! Yeah, so I've been out doing some shopping, and now I'm heading home. So in 10 days I start the journey. There's 4 legs to it: planes, trains and automobiles. I don't know if you've seen that movie, but I hope my journey's not anything like that, but I will be using all of those transport forms. Yeah, so I'm about ready to go. I'm doing my final subject in my reading and writing course. I'm doing writing 2 at the moment, so I'm about a quarter of the way through that subject, and then I'll be doing the last half at various places on my journey. Then I'll have a break for a couple of months, I think, while I'm in Australia, and pick it up when I get back. Hopefully I'll be able to get the same teacher, who is, as I've said a lot, I think, a very good teacher. I can read a little bit now, read signs. I still have a lot of work to do on remembering the characters, the vowels, the tone marks, but I'm getting there. I can read lots of signs, and by the end of this subject I should know what I need to learn. Yeah, so probably the next time I speak to you I'll be heading out of Chiang Mai unless there's a major disaster. So hopefully next time I speak to you there'll be a train in the background or something. Okay, the physical journey is about to begin. I'm here at the Chiang Mai railway station, just looking for car 7, and then I'll be on the train to Bangkok overnight. Well, we've made it to Bangkok. It's about 7:30 in the morning. I must say I didn't get a very good night's sleep. It wasn't the train. I got to sleep pretty quickly, but when I woke up I couldn't get back to sleep because I was surrounded by an orchestra of an orchestra of snoring and people talking in their sleep. So I haven't had a lot of sleep on this trip, but we are here in Bangkok. The bags are packed. I've had a couple of days here in Bangkok, but now the time has come to leave Bangkok and leave Thailand. So I'm just about to head out to the airport. This is my final day in Thailand for a while. Okay, I am checked in and through security and immigration. It was all pretty painless, so I got here a bit early because I'm going to log into my language class. That sounds fun. Yeah, log into my language class. Log into my language class when I settle down. I've even had time for a quick sandwich, so I won't die of starvation before I get on the plane. So yeah, the good news is they just as I got to the gate, there was a little notification that my flight had been delayed. They didn't tell me how long yet, so I don't know, maybe I'll be here for days, who knows. Anyway, I must say I am feeling a little bit apprehensive about going to Australia. Not because I feel out of place in Australia, but last time I did this was in March of 2020, and then we all know what happened then. The borders in Australia closed, and despite me wanting to get back to Thailand, I couldn't get back to Thailand for a couple of years So I'm not anticipating that this time. I was only anticipating a short delay of maybe, you know, 6 to 9 months before I could come back. So that'll give you an idea of how good my expectations are, or how accurate they are. Yeah, but I'm here and ready to take off if my plane is going to let me. So I'm going to find a spot to relax and set up for to log in online to my language class, and then I'll be on the plane after that. So the next time I speak to you, hopefully I'll be in Sydney and not saying, oh no, my flight has been cancelled and I can't get back to Australia for days. The adventures of travel. I'll let you know how it goes. As you might be able to tell, I'm in Sydney. The flight was quite painless. The delay I mentioned was a boarding delay of 5 minutes, so that wasn't terribly annoying. And then we had about probably about another 20 minutes after we boarded before we took off. So we were a bit late. Coming in this morning. Got into Sydney at about 7:30. Got through all the formalities at about easily an hour. So yeah, it was quite painless. But yes, I'm here in Sydney. I'm here for a couple of days and then heading on to Wagga. But that's the end of the planes section of the video. We've still got some trains and automobiles to go though. I am at Central Railway Station in Sydney, about to take the last train leg of my journey. I'm going to get on the train here and head to Wagga Wagga. So that's the mission for today, get to Wagga Wagga. And in a little under 7 hours, I'm here in Wagga Wagga. It wasn't a bad trip. Managed to catch a few Z's, as they say. I don't know if they say that anymore. Anyway, I got a bit of sleep. And a snack and so forth. It's a little bit warmer than it was in Sydney this morning. Temperature was a bit cool by Thai standards. It was in its teens this morning when I started off. I don't know what it is now. It's probably low to mid 20s, I suspect. I haven't checked. So not too hot, but a bit warmer. Not wearing my jumper now. The plan for today is to get where I'm sleeping. And then I'm going to spend a few days here, catch up with some friends, organise a few things before I head off to Melbourne. So I will see you on the journey. Good morning. I've had a few days here in Wagga Wagga, but now it's time to undertake the next leg of my journey, which is by automobile. Yes, we finally get to the automobile part. I'm just heading now to the car hire place where I'm going to pick up the car. Then I will load it up and we will be on our way to Melbourne. I had a good time here in Wagga. Caught up with a few friends and organised some stuff. A little bit, not much. But yeah, so I'm heading to Melbourne for Christmas with my family. So let's get to the car hire place and get the trip underway. It has been a bit unseasonably cold while I've been here. Days have been okay, but the nights have been a little bit chilly. And when I woke up this morning, it was raining, and I thought, oh, I'll have to put on my raincoat and get my umbrella and do all that sort of stuff. But it stopped, and I didn't think about it too much more and just jumped out of the house. Now I'm feeling a few spots of rain. I'm wishing I'd brought at least my raincoat. We're getting close. We're close-ish to the higher place. I'm hoping I make it before the downpour. I just checked my weather app, and according to that, it will be raining in about 20 minutes. I hope it waits that long. Alrighty, we are almost here. The occasional drop of rain has turned into a light drizzle, but I have made it without too much of an inundation. Well, I've got about 10 meters to go, so if it pours I can run from here. Alright, this is my steed, my chariot for the next 10 days. It has started raining, as you can see. But fortunately I'm in the car, so alright, now let's get going and get packed and on the way. I've just stopped for lunch in Khao Can. It's been a bit wet and a bit cold and a bit windy. Yeah, it got down to about 15 degrees outside temperature when I was on the road. Fortunately, I was inside the car at the time, so it wasn't quite that chilly for me. Yeah, not used to 15 degrees, especially in the middle of the day. It doesn't happen in Thailand where I live. So yeah, I've had lunch. I'll probably grab some afternoon tea on the way somewhere as well. But next time you see me probably will be in Melbourne, I think. Well, I'm not quite in Melbourne. I stopped at Yei for a bit of a snack. I was just feeling a bit peckish, so stopped off and had afternoon tea here. I did say I might, although not at Yei. I said just in general. Yeah, so got about another 100k to go, and down much far south as I'm going. Okay, I am here. I made it. I'm just going to get settled in, and then I might talk to you tomorrow, I think. Catch you. Good morning from Melbourne, and the most southern point of my journey south. I'm staying here at my sister's place. I'll be here for probably about a week. I'm going to spend Christmas and New Year here before heading back to Wagga to take care of some other stuff I need to take care of. The trip yesterday was not too bad. It was cold and wet in the morning, and then after I left Khao Can, where I got my pie for lunch, it warmed up, and then when I stopped for afternoon tea, after that it got cold and wet again. So it was varied temperature and very wet conditions. But that's it. That's the journey from Chiang Mai to Melbourne. It took me 11 days. I could have done it much quicker. Could have caught a plane virtually straight to Melbourne, hopped on in Chiang Mai, changed in Bangkok and got off in Melbourne. But for me, travel is the journey. A bit like life, really. Life is a journey, not the destination. Yeah, so that's the journey south. I'm here in Australia for a little while, and I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching my video. I really appreciate the company. If you made it all the way to the end here but aren't a subscriber, you might like to consider subscribing by clicking here. Or if you'd just like to see something else that I've made, click here for something I think you'd like. And if you're feeling like a real binge, click here and it will take you to one of my playlists. Hope to see you on the journey again soon.